What is up, man?
Nada.
Nothing?
Nada. Whew. Crazy ass day.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody to the Commute.
Where I will be your driver.
I will be your passenger. I was thinking we could start out. It'd be a good story to talk about the crazy week I've had.
Crazy week.
Oh man.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah. I figure I started a week ago. Couldn't find my keys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Looked for 2.5 hours for them. Didn't know where they were. Tore the house apart.
And they're actually all key related, pretty much.
Everyone, for the most part. And I think they're all related to lack of sleep. Good Christ almighty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm calling work. I'm having them check outside of work. I'm having you check your car.
Mm-hmm.
Here they're in one of my kitchen drawers that they never ever get put in. Then Sunday, we stop at my house. We're gonna have a nice little cookout, nice little gathering. And my wife says, "What can I do to help out?" I said, "Here, take the keys. You can just lock up behind me." Okay. Shuts the door. Keys in the house. So we sit there with rocks, sticks, dog chains, trying to bust the.
I so should have recorded that whole thing on the phone.
Oh, that would have been for a good video, I'll tell you that.
I was like, yeah, I didn't have the camera. Nancy's like, use your phone. You should have used your phone. That would have been great.
Oh man, it took us what, 45 minutes, half hour, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
To get in, so I have a door with no handle on it. So we finally break in my own house. Dogs don't go crazy in the least. And finally get in. Then you can tell what happened this morning.
Yeah, well, I showed up at your place at regular time. Yeah, just picking you up for the morning commute. I go up and I'm sitting there in the driveway. A couple minutes go by. It usually comes out by now. So I went up to the door, knocked on the door a little bit. Nothing. A couple more minutes. You know, I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna wake people up. So I rang the doorbell. The dogs start going crazy and shit.
3 dogs.
Yeah.
3 dogs barking, going nuts.
Going crazy right at the door, barking at me too. Nothing. You know, like, that's kind of weird. So I wait, you know, ring the doorbell again. Like, man, that's kind of strange. Guess I'll give him a call. So I went out and tried to call, you know, your cell. Tried to call, you know, your wife's cell. Nothing. Like, man, that's... Rang the doorbell a couple more times. Like, man, that's weird. I was like, you know...
And we have a kid, too.
Yeah. So I figured any number of those 3 people inside that house are going to have to be stirring around and doing something. But no, nothing. So I'm like, alright, well, you know, their door just got busted off just the other day. It's like, man, somebody could have gotten in there and got all those people and they could be laying in there looking for somebody. So I'm like, man, so I walk around and I'm looking around the back and, you know, nothing's like open or anything. So it's like, man, that's weird. It looks inside. Nothing inside. I'm like, all right, well, that's fucked up. So, you know, my cell's like intermittent because it's just T-Mobile sucks my balls. So I'm like, well, I called Nancy and she's, you know, she's like, oh, I don't know what you can do. And it cuts out as I'm talking to her. So I'm like, fuck this. I'll go to the house, you know, because I didn't have to meet my dad till later for like the car to get the oil changed and all that. So I went back to the house and I started calling. You know, I called you, called the house a couple times.
Called my house?
Called your house like
really?
Twice.
So I was gonna say, I thought that would have woken me up.
Yeah, nothing.
I thought the house phone, because normally it's like, oh, someone's dead.
Yeah.
Or the school's calling to cancel school.
I called your house twice.
Wow.
Nothing. So I called Gabe and I'm like, you know, are you just really just gonna walk
as close
out
to the car as you can get?
Fucking turd. Anyway, so yeah, I called him and I'm like, have you heard from the, I left a message for him. Have you heard from the Friels at all? Because all their cars are there.
And no one's alive.
I'm getting a murder scene vibe.
No.
So I was like, I'll call my dad and make sure he's not waiting for me up there. So I called him. I was like, something weird's going on. I'll call you in a couple minutes. He's like, I don't know. Okay. Something weird is going on there. I couldn't tell if one or the other of those were a female.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was an intimate kiss.
Oh, yeah, well, I missed it.
Oh, yeah, there was an intimate kiss. I mean,
Yeah, no.
It can go either way, but now that I re-looked at the couple, the one could have gone either way. But, yeah, so, I called him. He's like, it's like, I don't know what you can do. I guess you can call the cops and just tell them, you pick him up there every day, and
oh no,
it's weird, nobody's answering the door or anything. I was like, yeah, I guess so, I could. So that's when I called you again, and then you picked up that time. I was like, man, people are heavy sleepers. I don't know.
Well, it started, let's see, I guess where did it, good Lord. That's a truck full.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it started because we were no work Monday.
Mm-hmm.
My alarm is set for Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So I turned it off Sunday night. Like, this better not wake me up Monday morning. And so then I didn't turn it back on for today. So the 5:30 alarm never goes on, right? If you ask, the latest I can sleep is 5:30.
Yeah.
So that doesn't go off. Then, but the other alarm that my wife has set to get my kid up for school, 7 o'clock, that goes off.
Yeah.
So it goes off and I get up, and right away, I know, as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I get up and I turn it off, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna check for Larry. Like, is Larry still waiting? For an hour? I was like, damn it. And then that's when you had called.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, so I guess I'll drive myself to work since you're there, but you weren't, which was good. I mean, it all worked out.
Yeah, it did.
But as far as sleeping, I know I'm a heavy sleeper because I get very little sleep. So when I am asleep, I'm out.
But all three is.
Right. The alarm wakes me up, or my kid, even a whisper.
Yeah.
Dad, boom, wakes me up. But for all three, now, Kendra sleeps with noise canceling earphones on, but they're hooked up to her phone. She listens to music. So if you called her, it should have woken her up.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then my kid, with all three dogs going crazy and the doorbell, no, man, it's in the blood. It is, and it's not like she's up all hours of the night. She went to bed at, I think, 8 or 8:30 last night.
That's what I mean. Like, if it was any one of those things, would have been ticked off. Like, if, if she peeked out or something, I would have been like, oh, okay,
get your
just
dad.
sleeping or whatever. But nothing, man. No response. There was just no life at all.
Crazy, dude. But yeah, I was thinking, and the phone ringing, the house
dude,
phone.
That's what I thought for sure.
I was like, he mustn't have the number or something like that.
No, I got it, and
Yeah, but the fact that you called there twice blows my mind.
Yeah.
The dogs, I believe, because remember when the heroin addict drove over my mailbox, and the cops came rattling the door at 3 in the morning, and the dogs were going crazy. I still didn't wake up. Kendra woke up. I didn't. My kid didn't.
Yep, and I could have seen that. I could have seen the doorbell, but...
We sleep through it.
Yeah, calling the house. I thought for sure.
Next time, go around, because I'm sure it'll happen again, knock on my window.
On the back window?
The bedroom window.
Well,
not
it was
the one on the back.
Like the fan was in it.
The one on... I should have shouted.
Yeah, I should have, but, I don't know.
Peek on in. Dude!
Are you alive?
But not the back one. Knock on the other one on the side.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where my head is.
Okay.
That should... I mean, I don't know. Just something else to try.
If I exhaust all options, that's what I'll do next time.
I went home. I slept for about 2.5 hours.
Well, yeah. We were working on the house.
We were working our asses off yesterday.
That was all day.
So I woke up and went to sleep, my normal late-ass time. I guess I was just... done, spent.
Yep, always.
So I did the old quick get ready. Then I get in the car, and because my pockets are full of shit, I throw my keys here in the thing. So I didn't have my keys. Not that I need them, except for my desk. So I couldn't open my desk today, which is fine. I didn't really need anything in it except my phone charger. So my phone was dead all day. That's why I say that time. Like, phone's gonna die. If you need me, call here. But oh my God, just I need to get better sleep.
Yep. Stop watching all them shows. Start crossing them off. Well, Hannibal's done. You got to cross.
Hannibal's done. So yeah,
that's an extra hour of sleep a week you can get.
Yes.
Start reclaiming that time.
Nailed it. Yeah, man. It was like. Yeah, so sorry about that.
That's all right. I know. They're heavy sleepers. I'm just going to drive off.
Yeah, no need to call the cops.
No. There's no reason. Unless pools of blood are leaking out. Well, even that.
Who knows what they're up to?
That might be all right.
Yeah, that's a freak.
Yeah.
Riding her bike in the middle of the street.
Yeah, why can't we tell gender of like people?
Did something happen?
I don't know.
Are we in the gender zone?
Because everyone is like equally frumpy now. So you can't tell. There's no proportionality. It doesn't mean anything.
Everyone's got tits.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. Although America is no longer the fattest country.
No, what's that now?
Mexico.
Per capita?
Yeah.
Or per,
I mean, they at least they have a better excuse because it's a poorer country.
Yeah.
So the worse food is for you, the cheaper it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what they have to eat. They're just constantly eating bad food.
Yeah.
So they attribute it to that. But so the last week I'm just like, I'm done. I gotta write it off of my life and keep on moving.
Staple the keys to your head.
Good Christ almighty. Alright, so let's get to other stories.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a good, it was a good personal stories are good, it's a good way to kick off the show. I'm alive and well. There is an anonymous millionaire who in San Francisco who decided he wanted to give back to the community. He's a real estate investor who's done very well for himself, and he knows that the market's bad, and he's kind of, he says, taking advantage of it and made a ton of money. I don't know how you do that in a bad market, but
I don't know how you do that anonymously too. He was saying
he's a I guess he himself, his real estate business isn't anonymous, but he's anonymous in the fact that he hit up Twitter and he made a Twitter account @HiddenCash, and he gives clues out about the San Francisco area and where you can find money.
That's cool.
And he's putting money in envelopes full of cash, and he leaves it around and gives clues where to find it. And people post themselves, finding the money. So far, he's given away $4,000. And he said he's not done there. And he said he's just doing it for fun. And a lot of people are saying, you're just doing that as a write-off. He says, no. He said, I can give you a list of charities I donate to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for that. He's like, I'm just trying to pay back the community. He asks that, he's like, if you need the money, hang on to every penny of it. Good for you. He said, if not, pay some of it forward. Give some to someone who does need it, or, donate it, or whatever. He says he's just having a blast with it. He's heard a lot of good stories so far, people writing him back on Twitter. And he said he's going to expand it to the LA and New York area as well.
Oh.
So
fancy.
If you're in LA or New York, check out @HiddenCash. And it goes back to my whole treasure hunting thing. I almost want to go to San Francisco just to find one of these envelopes. And not that it's a ton of money. It might pay for the plane fare.
Right. But for you, it'd be worth it. I mean,
hell yeah. Go out there with my metal detector.
Yeah. Start searching everything.
And I guess you really gotta know they were saying what some of his clues were, and they didn't make a lick of sense to me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if you live in the area, it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But but I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, that's a way to do it. I mean, make it like obscure. So
make a game out of it. So everyone races to
Yeah, what happened to all those movies? There used to be like a ton of movies where it was like a race to money or a race to something. It was like the 80s. There was all kinds of race movies.
I don't want to say hot air balloon race one, but one of the groups took a hot air balloon to find like this $1 million or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one. What was another one?
Well, I guess too, like around the same time where all those there's like the Cannonball Run series. Not that was exactly a race for money.
Right. It was
do they do that?
Races.
Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was like a real.
Yeah.
Like, people took that seriously and actually did that.
That's insane.
Yeah, it still goes on.
You know, cross country.
Yeah.
Shit. That would be fun. That would be a blast. There's a show on TV where they do that. They take two people and I guess they get clues at each point. It's almost like, I guess, The Amazing Race, but it's on a per episode thing.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think it's like as far. They're going to be in a city. Mm-hmm. And these guys have to race to a certain area to see who gets there first. You know, by different means or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be a blast to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Road trip it. I don't even care if we won.
Yeah.
It's be fun to.
It's kind of like my dad does sort of like that. Like their he restores like MGs and stuff, and like their car club thing. They'll do like a rally race where you gotta kind of get to all these different points.
Oh yeah.
And they give you clues to get to those things.
See, that'd be
just
awesome.
like something they do like when they get
so
together,
cool.
whatever it is. Yep. Yeah, it was fun. I did it with it one time.
No, imagine you get somewhere and you get the clue wrong.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Know?
You know, you get it wrong and then you end up somewhere else, you know, where you're not supposed to be.
How far between each clue was it?
It was around like the beach area. It was like in Cape May. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't too far.
Right.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes between each one. But
that's cool. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So
I was going to do something like that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like, you had to follow the clues in order to make like the right turns and you know, things like that. So.
Oh, see, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
We got to find it. There's got to be something like that.
Sure.
And we'll make it an episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do the...
I'm searching.
We'll get people together. We'll do the commute.
Yeah.
You know, rally.
Nice. We're doing it.
So all four of you get together. It's coming up.
It is coming up. Prepare. We know who you are, so we know you're in the area.
Yeah.
We'll be big by then. We'll have a big 100-car race going.
Right.
Feel it.
Hire cops to
feel it. I was going to do something like that when I proposed to my wife. I was going to like leave her clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to go here, like actually send her off somewhere where she'd find another clue. Then I thought one of two things. One, what if something happens to one of the clues and, you know, that's the end of that idea. And two, like what if she couldn't figure one out?
Right.
Like it would take all the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something like that's more fun for like a birthday or something.
Right.
But like
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It could just go wrong in many ways.
And then did I ever tell you the story about when I proposed to her? So we go to the beach for a weekend. And I was like, okay, you know, we go to the beach once or twice a year for a long weekend.
Yeah.
And so I got the ring, and first of all, I didn't tell any. Like, me and her drove to work together, and we lived together. Like, we did everything together, so it's gonna be hard to get a ring.
Sure.
So I tell this to my boss at the time, and I was like, look, here's the situation, and I don't want her to find out. Can I just take a real long lunch, go out? I know that I just got to buy the ring. I knew what ring I was getting. He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I got to get the ring. And I also worked with my aunt at the time. And in my family, there's no such thing as a secret.
Yeah.
Someone's going to find out. Everyone's going to tell everybody, like, right away. Even if they say, oh, I promise, I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
So I couldn't let her know either. So I just told the two people that worked in the room with me, and they were cool. And I said, don't tell my aunt because the secret will be out. Like, I didn't even tell my parents, nobody. And they were cool, and they didn't tell her. So we go to the beach for the weekend, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, it's a little goofy, a little corny, but I'm going to do it. So we go. I planned on going on the Ferris wheel, the big old Ferris wheel they have at Ocean City, Maryland.
Sure, yeah.
And when it stops you at the top, I propose.
Yeah.
Yeah, good story, you know, whatever, just romantic as I get. And So we go, we're walking down the boardwalk, and I'm nervous as shit, right? Like I checked my bag 500 times before we left to make sure the ring was there. I was nervous as shit. And yeah, I figured she'd say yes. I mean, we had talked about it anyway. She picked out the ring.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't say when I'd get it or anything like that. So, but I was still just nervous as fuck. So we go, we're walking down the boardwalk, and it's a nice night. All of a sudden, the clouds fill the sky, and it is, I mean, bolts of lightning are coming down all around us, like right around us. And I was like, okay, well, let's go on the Ferris wheel. She was like, what? I'm like, I want to go on the Ferris wheel. Let's go on the Ferris wheel. She's like, no, we're not going on the Ferris wheel. I'm like, why? She's like, do you see all the lightning that's pretty much hitting people? She said, we're not getting on a big, giant metal structure taller than everything else here. She said, we're not doing it. And I was like, oh. No, so now, like, all my plans, dude, all weekend, that's all I was thinking about. My plans are shot to shit. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I'm like, I can't wait another night. Like, this has to be now. This has to be now. I can't live like this. So I'm like, no, come on, we have to go. She's like, no, we're not going. So then I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, like she was determined to say no. So I said, all right, I'll take her to the very end of the boardwalk where it like turns into the rocks, you know, and the waves come up. I'm like, this is as romantic as I can get, I guess. Yeah. So, you know, my second best.
Plan B.
So we go there, the other, and there's all these people walking by, right? And I'm like, man, like, all right. So I was just sitting there, we're talking, you know, whatever, and then just telling her what she meant to me, and then I pull out the ring and I propose to her, and she's like, oh, first of all, what'd she say? She didn't say yes. I said, I want to know if you marry me. And she said something like, don't be stupid, or something like that. And I'm like, well, I don't know what that means. I was like, is that a yes? She's like, well, yeah, it's a yes, but like that was her yes. Don't be stupid. So, okay. So I give her a kiss, and this guy walks by. He's like, get a room. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, it's just this whole thing. And then as soon as that happens, man, the sky opens up, and it was just rain. Like some of the hardest rain I've ever been in my life. We had to race off. We were going to do dinner somewhere. We just raced off and ran in the first place we could, which was this pizza joint. And I was like, you know what? Might as well just eat here. Yeah. So that was my romantic day. It was, you know, get a room, and we ate pizza. Yeah. Oh man.
Ours was about the same. I mean, we didn't do anything like crazy. We went down the beach and like hanging out down there. We've been dating for a while. And I'd known her for years before that too. So yeah, we're just hanging out. I was like, you know what? Do you want to get married sometime? She's like, yeah, sure. So that was the whole thing. And then we picked out the ring and stuff, and we got it, and then we went out to dinner and just hung out. It was like TGI Fridays or something. You know
yeah. Well, at the time too, who had money to really, you know what I mean?
That was the thing.
I saved up every penny I could for the rings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we had talks about getting married, or I knew we would. And I was like, well, we should go look at rings, and you know, this way, when I do have the money, I'll know what you're looking for. But yeah, I was like, man, should I take that as a sign? Like, someone was telling me something.
Don't be stupid.
Lightning. I didn't have this plan, but shit. Well, speaking of history, let's do this day in history.
Sure.
May 27th, 1941. Bismarck sunk by the Royal Navy in the North Atlantic near France. February 14th, February 14th, 1939, 823-foot Bismarck launched. And on May 24th, the battle cruiser Hood and the battleship Prince of Wales intercepted the Bismarck near Iceland.
They were concerned that if the Bismarck got out in the open water, they'd never find it again. It would just constantly harass the fleet and everything else. So they had to get it before it got out to the open Atlantic. So it was kind of, they were pressed for time.
Why didn't they think they would ever find it?
Well, huge ocean. I mean, that's the thing. And it was such an advanced battleship at the time that they figured it would just outrun everything. And, You know, it would, you know, team up with U-boats and stuff and just have constant protection. So they would just never have that shot at it again.
Wow, and it exploded during the firefight, killing all but 3 of the 1,421 crew members.
Yep.
Fuck. It was leaking fuel, made it for France on the 26th. It was crippled by the aircraft. On the 27th, it was finished off by 3 British warships. Wow.
And this thing was gigantic. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen
823 feet.
Like footage and stuff of that thing. I mean, it was just massive.
Wow.
They actually did like a dive on that, like not too long ago. Like,
oh yeah.
Whatever's left of the wreckage, I think.
I think that's what Frank wanted to do for a living. He wanted to be an oceanographer and go down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Check out all these ships and stuff.
Hang out with James Cameron.
He'd like to, but everything James Cameron does is one man, you know?
Yeah.
He's selfish that way. Weirdo.
With your pods and shit. With
Like science. What's all of a sudden?
No.
That's not the same baby on board either.
No, this is always different. That's New Jersey.
Baby on boards now. Like, I haven't seen them in years.
Yeah.
And we bring it up and...
Well, now we're looking for them. Or I'm looking for them.
Huh.
That's a fresh one too, man.
I'll say there's a babe on board. Hey! You and your duck lips.
You and your selfie face.
I bet her selfie, she looks normal.
Yeah.
She's just always
out of profile with duck.
Pulls the lips in. Self-conscious about my duck lips. Or maybe that's what happened. You know, like your mom says, don't make that face, she'll stay that way.
You slapped her on the back. But she
didn't want too many selfies. Oh no, my lips. My lips won't go back. Yeah, I'm a duck. May 27, 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge opens. It's a place I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Just drive across it.
Man, it's probably $37 to drive across.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know.
Christ. What a fraud that is.
Yeah.
Freaking tolls.
Yeah. But I'm sure, you know, maintenance on something like that is probably insane.
You think they'll still have tolls when there's flying cars?
When there's flying cars, I don't know. Probably they'll find something to tax.
I mean, there's got to be a way. You're still going to have.
They'll tax like landing zones.
You know what I mean? Or yeah, there you go.
So every time it comes in, your Easy Pass will tick off. However many miles you flew to get to the next landing.
Yeah, they'll know. May 27, 1940. British troops battle Germany's Death's Head Division in northern France as Britain's expeditionary force fights to evacuate France.
Ahead of time, as the Germans were pushing through, the British sent over their expeditionary force to try to hold France, and they just kept getting pushed back to the sea, and then they just decided they had to evacuate.
So after holding off an SS company until their ammo was spent, 99 Royal Norfolk Regiment soldiers retreated to a farmhouse in the village of Parady.
Yeah.
Sounds good. They agreed to surrender and filed out of the house where the Germans machine gunned them down. Jesus. They retreated back inside. They tried again to surrender. Oh, fool me once. Yeah. And were ordered to a pit with fixed machine guns, stripped of their supplies, and gunned, stabbed, and shot down. Wow. Of the 99, only 2 survived.
Yeah, they, laid under the bodies or whatever was left. And,
okay.
Just waited till night, crawled out.
Wow.
Got help, from the locals there.
Jesus. Can you imagine having to hide under dead bodies?
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you got to do, you know.
Well, not just dead bodies, too, like your friends.
Yeah. And you're trying not to make a sound.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then they didn't really have anywhere to go because by then it was occupied France, so they gave themselves up, and they were POWs for the longest time till like 43, and then the Germans traded the one guy back because his leg injury was really severe or whatever, so they traded him for injured German soldiers, and they traded back and forth. That guy went back and told his story about what happened, and nobody believed him. So until the other guy was released in another trade later on and verified that guy's story, and as the war went on, war ends, they started holding the Nuremberg trials, and they try that guy for war crimes, the guy that gave the order to
Captain Fritz Nachtlin
to execute all those guys.
What a dirty fucking trick.
Yep, and they hang that fuck.
Did you ever see a movie called, what's it called? I want to say it was called Silent Night? But it's got some other, it's a foreign name, but that's what it transfers to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about, it's a true story about 3 different troops who were settled down in bunkers. It was Americans, Germans.
Yeah, it was a World War I thing.
Yeah. And it was Christmas time.
Yep.
And they all decided, to make peace.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
For the night. That was an awesome movie, dude. Such a good movie.
You start playing soccer and hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, trading stories.
Trading supplies and shit.
Yeah.
The Germans had like liquor and
Yeah.
everybody else had cigarettes, so they just hung out and stuff. They wouldn't fight after that solstice ended. Like they wouldn't fight anymore.
They became friends.
Yeah, so they had to transfer everybody out on both sides or all 3 sides.
And they found out about it because they would read everybody's letters that they would mail home.
Yep.
And this one guy was writing letters to his wife about it. Yeah, they're holding mass. They're singing.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah, I can't think of the name of that.
Was it Noel? Something Noel?
La Joie Noel.
Yeah. Great movie. I just saw that a couple months ago.
Yep.
So what else is going on? Oh, we were talking about Hannibal. I figure since it just came to an end.
Yeah.
There's a good one. Alexander Winkshaw, 25-year-old, was born with a hip deformity. So he finally had an operation to have his hip replaced, and he videotaped the whole thing. He videotaped the whole procedure.
Mm-hmm.
He then displayed his hip at his graduation from the Tromsø Academy of Art, and he talked about how he ate the flesh from his hip bone. He ate his own flesh. Remember we were talking about what you would taste like to yourself?
He knows.
He said he tasted like wild sheep.
Wild sheep?
Wild sheep. Don't know how you know what that tastes like, but I don't even know where he's from. It doesn't...
Someplace where there are a lot of sheep.
He said he boiled it to remove the meat off of it. And he said he sat down by himself. He had it with potato gratin and a glass of wine. But he said it was also kind of therapeutic for him to get him to move on. He said the hip was so bothersome and it intrusive on his life for 20 years. And he's just like, this is the end,
Sure, hip.
It's like the surgery didn't do it, enough. But yeah, he ate his own hip meat.
Gross.
They said it was a good thing he did it alone because in 2012, a Japanese artist, Mao Sugiyama, was charged with indecent exposure after cooking and serving his own severed genitals. He served them to a group of cannibalistic diners who paid $250 a person to eat that. Like, I'm thinking there is a world out there that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
The fact that how do you get in touch with a group of people like that? Like, how do you even even if I wanted to serve up my own shit,
Twitter.
Yeah, that was 2012.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, never mind. See how sheltered and
Hashtag eat my dick.
Oh, you're gonna get on this? You serious?
Yeah.
Because I've had some hip, but I ain't never had no dick. I have, but it comes back out and I can eat it and swallow it.
Oh yeah, I looked up like the Will Graham page or whatever.
Yeah.
And it, like his whole history and stuff is outlined in
Silence of the Lambs?
No, it's the Red Dragon.
Red Dragon?
Yeah, his whole history is out, like, and he was
severed. Okay.
Yeah, by Hannibal.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of that last night in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it kept coming to me a little more.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember exactly, like if they just mentioned it or.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Didn't they bring it up in the movie Silence of the Lambs? That's where I was kind of remembering it from.
I don't know.
They just talk about like the things he did.
I thought he mentioned like Will Graham in that, like to her.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But yeah, it was all vague. I mean, I haven't seen the movie in a while. The books, and that's the other thing I was thinking. I haven't read the books for at least 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
If not longer. But,
yeah, but supposedly in Red Dragon, there's
okay, so he could still more than likely be alive, though.
That's what I'm thinking. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But we don't know. We're not giving anything away. But, yeah, we'll continue with the spoiler alerts. Just somebody, the girl's dead. We know that. The girl's dead. She's not making it past that. What's her name? Abigail?
Oh, yeah. She's
gone.
The other chick, though.
The other chick could be alive. I'm telling you, more than just Abigail better be dead. This can't be the following.
This is the following.
No.
It could be.
No, they can't have.
It's so much better than the following. It can't be.
Nah, it's 100 times better.
I don't know.
And I'm thinking even just to save on the budget, they got to get rid of what's his name.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, you're going to save a ton of money right there.
Yeah.
You know, getting rid of him.
Introduce somebody else, you know.
Yeah. I'm hoping if they can make it cheaper, they'll keep it for more than.
Yeah, because all those characters and stuff and everything is mentioned in Red Dragon, the book.
Okay.
Like all those cases and stuff that Will worked on, all that stuff was in there. The Minnesota Shrike and the guy he killed, Hobbs.
Okay. Yeah,
and even the daughter and all that stuff, that was all apparently in that book.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that. I was thinking, I wonder if they'll eventually introduce Clarice.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe that'll be in the next season or whatever.
I mean, then you're pretty much just remaking the movie, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, they could do it. Yeah, they could change it up, you know? Especially since they have, you know, to this point.
Right.
Because maybe they introduce her and then, you know, have her tracking him down overseas, have her as like a, you know,
she shouldn't even have to be a rookie.
No,
you know, they could make her.
Yeah, make her like a an agent of what do you call it? No, God, they're making another fucking one of those things. It's gonna be the fucking past one now. The chick that started the Shield thing in the past. That's a new fucking show coming out.
Really?
That whole fucking thing. That's got to be a show.
I'm surprised because the ratings just fell on that.
That's a whole
I guess they're still good enough to.
Yeah, there was a thing on Comcast where I was like flipping through like all the new shows that are coming out. It had like 35 new shows or whatever that are coming out. It was that and like The Flash.
It looks like a piece of shit.
And fucking.
Have you seen anything on that?
No.
It looks like your typical WB piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Like no, it's the CW now. Totally different.
Oh, sorry, CW.
Totally different channel.
Oh, it is.
As if they can't make enough fucking bad shows.
You know, I can only see the Flash do so many things. Jesus. He runs fast.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen it. Thanks.
I saw him go fast. I saw him save somebody quickly. It was great.
And he's like, you got to see, there's like a 5-minute trailer out for it. And, you know, there's this tornado coming through, and he runs around the opposite way of the tornado to stop it. It's just, the acting's bad. The quality looks bad.
I'd be sick.
You know.
Yeah.
You go from, you know, any HBO show, you know, Game of Thrones,
right.
Hannibal.
NBC is Hannibal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
No, kudos to them, man.
That quality, man.
Kudos to them.
God, man, that's. I hope they get like maybe 2 more seasons out of that show and then call it.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
I want more than 3.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy with 4. Call it.
Because after that, man, you gotta get those people moving on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd love to see those people in more things. You know, especially like the guy that plays Will and stuff. Like, I'm sure he's fucking great. And you know.
Well, he is expanding. He is one of the voices in the new Wizard of Oz cartoon movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's expanding.
Well, that's where you make your money, right?
Fuck yeah, man. Fucking cartoons. I don't know about that cartoon, but
no, it doesn't matter.
We'll see. I don't know how that movie did or if it's even out yet. But
and Mads, I mean that guy's in everything. Man.
Dude.
He's all over the place.
He's awesome.
Yeah, there's some other show coming out. It's got Ewan
McGregor?
Griffin.
Oh.
No, the guy that was he was Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
that guy. Yeah. He's got a new show coming out. That's like he's like immortal or something, and he's like a medical examiner in New York.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'll pass on that one.
Yeah.
Anything detective related.
Yeah. And you know what? Like
related.
to me, I already saw New Amsterdam, and I fucking like that show. You ever see that with New Amsterdam?
No.
It had the dude that was he's Lannister, the Jamie Lannister, that guy, where he's like he was around New York City, like he's always been in New York City, and it was some kind of weird like Indian curse or some shit, but he was like one of the original like Dutch settlers of New Amsterdam, and like he lived through like all these periods, and he's like changing, like the Highlander, like changes his background and everything, getting different licenses, and but it's really cool, like him like living through all these ages and the changes of who controls New York City and how New York City changes through all those periods and stuff. And it's like him and like his spoilers, his son, and man, I love that show.
I don't even know if I ever heard of that.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, to me, I've already seen that show.
That's all they do. Is
twice
like
over.
Shit.
If you want to count the Highlander.
It's a shame because NBC they put an effort out to actually make something decent on TV, and they can't get any ratings on it. Especially they can't get ratings on any show they do.
Well,
and I don't know why. It's advertising or.
That's fine, man. They picked up a 3rd season of that show, so fucking A. I'm fucking happy with that. As long as they don't start preempting it and all kinds of other bullshit.
Well, as long as they don't start putting fucking baseball games over top of it.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck, man? I gotta look into that to see if like a bunch of people got pissed off, which they had to have.
Yeah. Because there's got to be some diehard fans of that show.
Yeah, you gotta catch. As a matter of fact, I might have sent them an email.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
Dearly yours, the fucking Commute, bitches. The Commute is watching.
We're onto your shit. We can tear you down with one word.
We saw your Phillies.
We just mentioned one negative thing and you're done.
The power.
Let's hit some Japan news.
Sure.
They have something called F-cup cookies. If you eat 2 of these cookies a day, it will increase your breast size.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It contains Pureria mirifica. It's It's a plant extract from Thailand. It's also found in something of the same thing, except it's called bust-up gum. And you chew the gum and it increases your bust size.
Bust-up gum.
It's got 2 flavors, soy milk or pralines and chocolate. Which one would you rather have?
Come on! Why are those options?
Soy milk or pralines and chocolate?
God, man.
No matter which ones you get, they're both 70 calories a piece, these cookies. Nutrition experts say there's no proof that extract does that, even in concentrated form, let alone just mixing it in cookies. They're saying what happens is, at least with the cookies, you gain weight. Yeah, you gain weight and your tits get bigger because you're gaining weight. But they're saying it'll give you an F cup, which in America would be double D. I guess you couldn't have double D cup cookies.
Right.
F cup cookies. So, if there's any women out there that want to try it, we would love to see the results. Send us pictures.
Or, just do the same thing with that friggin' mix they sell at GNC, right? The fucking super weight gain. Just use that as your base in your cookies. Yeah.
Get bigger tits. We want before and after pictures sent to the Commute Podcast at Comcast.net. Maybe we'll post them on our website. tocommute.com.
Yeah.
This is good. I'll bring up something else I saw. Thomas Reed, he was a member of the Rock Hill Rescue Squad. I don't know where Rock Hill is, but they are a water and road rescue team.
Okay.
So, if you're stranded on the water or the road, they come get you. He's a probationary member, which means he's new to the team. He's there just to learn for now. He's not even supposed to have the lights on his car. Well, he got a set of lights and put them on his car and used them so that he could deliver pizzas faster. The pizza delivery man for Pizza Hut.
Jesus.
And he would just set off the sirens or the lights and fly through. Fastest delivery man ever.
That's lovely.
Isn't that great? He was arrested for doing that, but they said if he's found guilty, he'll just get a 30-day suspension.
Like a fine or something? I guess he gets...
They didn't say. They said all he would get is a 30-day suspension from the team.
Oh, from the team. Okay.
But
but legally he's got to pay some kind of fine.
You would think something. If anything, a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
But that reminded me of something I saw yesterday on the way home. A cop had an Eno's pizza delivery guy pulled over on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before. I kind of thought, delivery guys, you kind of give them a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Unless God knows how fast he was going.
Instead of busting their chops for that. I mean, they're not making anything anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking, really, you're going to screw over this guy? But I'm also thinking, you mustn't ever want a pizza delivered to your house ever again.
Yeah.
Because if I was a delivery guy and I get pulled over, I'm going to remember that cop's name.
Yeah.
And every delivery I get, I'm checking to see if that's him. Making sure I'm not forgetting the name. Like, fuck, that was him. Because you're getting shit in your food, officer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You, your wife, your kids, you just poisoned them all. Do not fuck with people that give you food.
Yeah.
God. Let's see. There's a foodie group called Lick Me I'm Delicious from the UK who have come up with an edible mist machine. They have 200 flavors, including popcorn, lobster, bacon, apple pie. And they can also make a personalized mist for you. And anything you want it to smell/taste like, an old book, your hair, a certain scent of your hair that you like. It's all 0 calories. Their ultrasonic vaporization gives you a hit of flavor without ingesting anything. And you use a straw to suck out the mist from the machine.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw that machine before. It's it's called they sell it because I saw it on Gadget Man. Because you can put liquor and stuff in there.
The liquor one is different. The liquor one is different. They did mention that in this story. They said it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But it's not liquor. They said the liquor one is a lot bigger and a lot more expensive than this one. I can't imagine how much it is because these are $8,400 plus shipping.
No, dude. The one I saw on Gadget Man, that thing, it was only like $180 or whatever. So what the fuck are they talking about?
They said it was...
Well, I mean, to distill whatever scent they're doing, I mean, that's got to be some kind of centrifuge or something that you know, boil that shit down and...
Don't you just, in that case, just get something that smells like it? Are you really going to pay $8,400?
No. Well, it's you're essentially buying lab equipment then. I mean...
Yeah, sure.
Really, that's the only thing that can cost $8,400.
Like, they wouldn't even send it... The people that did the story are out of New York, and they asked this company to send them the machines so they could try it out.
Okay.
They were like, yeah, sorry, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, whatever.
So...
Yeah, it's a fucking joke, man.
$8,400. You might as well buy the real food, cook it, smell it, and or just lay it on your tongue for a few seconds and throw it out.
Yeah, no, I saw these dudes like messing around with like molecular gastronomy stuff where they were taking out like lab equipment like centrifuges and stuff, and they were taking like soil from the area that like this lamb came from, and they distilled this soil into like a scent. So you got whatever dish they made plus like the scent of like the area from where it came from. I don't know. It was interesting, but it wasn't like, I don't know. That's not doing it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just if you got it that bad, man, you just go on a fucking diet. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you where we gotta go though. Is I was watching that Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives show.
I love that show.
And there's like a Irish pub down in Annapolis called the Galloway Pub. And that place looked awesome, dude.
Yeah.
They made their own like corned beef, and like they wrapped it in like a cabbage leaf and then steamed that. So it was almost like it was like Irish sushi. They were calling it. It looked amazing.
Oh yeah, I gotta try it.
And that's like an appetizer on their thing.
We're going.
Yeah. Because Annapolis isn't that far. I mean, that's worth.
That's worth checking out a restaurant.
That's worth the trip. I mean, usually these places are like in the Midwest. He goes, but yeah, I saw that. And that's got to be on the list.
Well, there's always talking of things on TV.
Yeah.
There's always the wagon wheel. Good old Smyrna.
Yeah.
We can get us some muskrat. We could try that. That would be an episode.
Yeah, that would be an episode.
Yeah. We want to try different foods.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we should talk to them. We should see if we can do a thing there.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
We haven't done an actual restaurant yet.
No.
All right. Well, that will do it for this episode of The Commute. Like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Check out our website, twocommute.com, TWOcommute.com. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger, and shoot us an email about anything you want, something you want us to talk about, at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. See you soon.